Greetings, YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. So here's the deal. I normally say that when it comes to potions and revives, it's hit or miss depending on your stash, and that continues to be the case. I can't believe we got an extension of team health potions. We can now hold 13 of them. But individual, and by say team health potions, I mean team revives, but individuals, not so much. And what we've learned is that individual health potions, especially the top ones, level 6, not so much level 1, level 5, they continue to be very rare. And so everybody watching this needs to ask themselves at all times, how much of my stash is going to go in the overflow? I will say we've had an increase in level 3 revive opportunities, particularly on Sundays, and that's pretty amazing for a 60% health refresh. And the level 2s are helpful too. It's also worth noting that when people ask me, and this week I've had people say, Prof, I'm new or I started a new account. What advice do you have to give me? Well, my normal advice is pretty much twofold. Hoard all your 4-hour crystals until you absolutely need them. And I'm back up to 508 Paragon crystals when I went down to a very low number to get through Karina's Volume 3 challenges. But besides hoarding 4-hour crystals, I think it's really imperative that you spend your units on mastery cores. And that's basically it to start out. You want an account that has the chance to do as much damage and take as little damage as possible when you're fighting well. And obviously it helps to have things active like parry, and that can only be activated with some very expensive mastery core purchases, and it's hard to get units when you start out. I mean, I'm not saying it's easy now, but at least if you're like this account that has so many years worth of grinding for champions that you have what feels like a limitless arena roster, particularly now that the 6-star arena times have shortened and the 5-star ones have gone to 4-star. It's kind of amazing to me that 4-stars haven't gone to 1 hour. That would have been my other change, but that is not what they decided to do at this point for the Summoner Trials, which still is fight for fight, hour by hour, boost by boost, the best value for your time when it comes to grinding units in the arena. I don't care who you are. With that being said, it is a for Paragon players, Event Quest completion day. I have just realized in the past week or so that not every progression is on the same 22-hour event schedule. That blows my mind, but it also makes sense because when the new 22-hour events were updated, we had like back-to-back events of the same event, and at first it was like we thought Kabam had made a mistake, but they didn't. They had buffed the rewards, and so that is what happened. Unfortunately, that meant that we got different progressions, though, doing different things. And so I talk about something now as if everybody's doing it, and they're not. But I'm in the top 500 with arena wins, and as a reminder, those 5-star relic crystal shards add up. But the 6-star, 6-stone, and definitely the excitement known as the Tier 4 class Catalyst Selectors, which also is a threat level 4 blessing, is certainly something that I am not losing sight of. With that being said, I just, in Event Quest completion, decided to do something I haven't done maybe all year. Now is the time to purchase this. Now, I get that some people only care about like level 2 revives. They only care about using units for single revives. They don't care about team revives. But as the game evolves, and maybe I'll be proven wrong, maybe you'll only have to use 1 or 2 champions in a path, but maybe you're going to want to use 3 or 4. I think team revives are going to be even more valuable. And so this offers basically, in terms of the retail price, buy the 10 level 2 revives, get everything else free, and these 30% greater champion boosts are also incredible to use. And then, of course, the 300 units worth of energy refills and the potions. I am down to, I'm doing this as much for potions as anything else. I'm down to 5 level 6 and the max level 5, and then also a very small amount of team health potions. So I am going to spend in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 the 1,000 units. And suddenly for 8.2, which I will not do on day one, I'm teaching all week, but eventually I'll jump into it. And it's interesting, as I selected it, the server icon in the bottom right is just loading so slow. So there you have it, YouTube. 1,000 units. It is so worth it for new content, but be aware that I was going to attempt to show, but now the loading screen is keeping me from it. You just have, a relatively small amount of days once it goes into your overflow before it expires. So that's basically your timer of I got to use them or lose them from that point. So always important to be responsible and follow that. Otherwise, have a great rest of your new content day, new content week. For those of you jumping in, good luck. I'm very excited to see what this looks like.